There's my friends. Who's ready to do some makeup? I'm ready. I'm going to film. So what's been happening is that a new brush from Rose & Bim Beauty is releasing next week. So I've been filming content in between here, and obviously it's this brush, and it's the one that we use for foundation. So I've been having to hop off and film a lot of things using this brush. So normally I focus more on foundation, but exciting things are coming next week. So if you notice that I haven't been focusing on foundation here, that's why. Next week we will be focusing on foundation. Let's start with some clean canvas. And I thought we'd do another romantic Valentine's Day look. And don't forget that clean canvas is on sale, 57% off right now. Gerard Cosmetics is having a Super Bowl sale. And I will go get the link for you. Ooh, we got some good snoring today. I hear Dougie snoring too. Oh, and if you're new here, that is a very big orange cat snoring. And then Dougie is my little dog. So it's not people snoring, it's critters snoring. Before we get started, I am going to be using one or two of the shadows from this palette. And I bought this because curiosity got me. This is next level spicy priced, but I am so curious about these formulas. The packaging is just, I mean, it just looks like a beautiful oyster. It's heavy. I know that it's packaging. I enjoy packaging. Not everyone cares. It's very lovely to me. But these are from Byredo, and oh, that glitter. Byredo actually has some of my favorite perfumes. Some of you might definitely know about the perfumes, but they have makeup. And I want to check it out. So we're gonna try at least a couple of the shadows from here, and then I also got this one too. And it's more of a gold shade on, but so pretty. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use these first. We're gonna do a little bit of palette hopping, but not too much, just because I'm so curious about those other formulas. But these formulas I absolutely love. These are from Mob Beauty. And I'm gonna take this shade first, and I'm not gonna set my entire lid or my entire lid space. What I am gonna do, what you just saw me do, is make sure I wasn't setting any creases. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this lid color first. I just wanna make sure that this is nice and set and very bright, and then we'll move upwards. Let's try something different out today. Let's see where we end up. Again, I'm not gonna set my entire lid space, just my lid. So let's try a little bit of this color. 3 taps, and we want this on the tip of the brush. That way we can just kind of tilt our head back and start to add some shape here. And then I'm gonna push it here as well. Whew. Gene must have had a rough night shift last night. You'll know he works 3 jobs. And I don't know what is going on, but my neighbors have been doing construction. Something is being built. From as much that's going on out there, I'm thinking the second Tower of Babel. So remember, we didn't set, so we're set from here, but not all the way up in here and into the crease. So I'm still gonna take my time and really push that shadow into the base. And I'm using the tip of the brush to do this. And then I'm gonna grab some more of that same shade. Oh, I didn't tell you what shade it was. It's such a pretty shade. Y'all know what it's giving. The shade is M40, but it's giving pigeon belly. 2 more taps of that same shade. I'm gonna tilt my head back, and I'm gonna start to bring it over this way. I love this kind of creamy lid with this pretty gray. So fun. And then we'll just add a touch of sparkle. I'm tempted to add a wing. Maybe just a baby wing. I like wings, y'all. That kitty. So let's take a little bit of that first shade that we started with, the more creamy tone. I'm gonna pack a little bit more of that on my lid. I'm pressing that in just to kind of build it up, smooth it out. And then I'll take what's left above and just smooth this top part out. So every day I am in search of a black eyeshadow that is just nice and smooth and pigmented, and black eyeshadows are hard. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this one, and that's the one I'm using linked right there. I'm trying to be very careful to only add a little bit. And I also want you to notice that I'm using a very small brush. Black eyeshadow, no matter your eye shape, and really and truly no matter the technique that you prefer, when you use black eyeshadow, use the tiniest brush that you have. Because black eyeshadow, it wakes up in the morning and it wants to sabotage your eye look. That's what it wants to do. I think this is a beautiful black eyeshadow. It's so smooth. And you know what else I'm really liking about it? It's not puffing everywhere. It's going exactly where I want it to, exactly where I'm placing it, and it's not just moving around. Another reason that I did my lid color first is because I knew I was going to use black eyeshadow. And since this is now set, this black eyeshadow isn't going to cling to it. So I knew that's where we were heading. Let's add a little bit more definition this way. So very briefly, I want to talk to you about super high-end things like this. Are they absolutely needed? No, I will never tell you that something like this is just an absolute must. But what I will tell you, things like this formula here, these are very special formulas. And I know you're thinking, oh, we can dupe it. We can almost dupe things. But a lot of the time you have to think about these formulas. And another reason sometimes these things are so expensive is they're getting the first round of these more special formulas. And let's say e.l.f. will eventually get a hold of that formula, but it would be 2 or 3 years down the line. Now, again, I don't want you ever to feel pressure to purchase things that are like this. This is wild and out of control. But I do want you to know that these are special formulas. These aren't going to be the same as other things that have been out for a while. So again, please never feel any pressure. That's not what my page is about. But what we are here to tell you is that things can be special. They really and truly can. That doesn't mean that you won't be able to have this formula in a couple months or a couple of years. But when you see things like this, it's not always just I guess we would call it a money grab. It's not always a money grab. They can be special, but they might not be special enough for you to justify it, and I get that. But makeup it's my happy place. So now I'm going to continue shaping just a little bit more over here. And I also want to tell you really quickly, I feel like we were taught on YouTube that fallout is absolutely horrifying, but that's absolutely not true. And the reason why is because I have quite a bit on my brush, because I'm really wanting to kind of feather things together. And these motions that I'm using to press this in, they're going to dust that black eyeshadow around. Also, you're going to see black eyeshadow because of that contrast from the light to the dark. So please don't ever feel like if you have fallout with any shadow, it can be the most affordable. Don't ever feel like that's a bad thing. It's completely normal, especially with this particular technique. And don't forget to, I can't stress this enough, but build up your black eyeshadow. Now just a smidgey of micellar water on a C30 and we're good to go. And we're using such a tiny amount. Our skincare is not going anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a very thin. What's happening?
Is the cup with the flared lid your coffee cup or your teacup?
That's my coffee cup, baby. The flared one. I know, it was chaos. I put coffee in the wrong cup, and Ben is just confused because he asked if I wanted a cup of coffee, and he's making sure he's bringing me the right cat cup. Mind you, they're both kitty cat cups, of course. Okay, I love that man. So we have our Valentino liner, and I'm gonna try to do a tiny wing, just for a little bit of definition. And if we want, we can even blur it. And I'm gonna leave this. We're gonna add to that later to really make sure the shadow stays more rounded. Looks nice. I like that. I still can't keep this liner. I don't know what they did to this liner, but this one just does not run. Do you see how thin you can get the line? I love it. And then it just never, ever, ever bleeds. Never. I figured that y'all would want to see it. I have a nice cup of coffee here. It's got foam on top. I don't put any cream or anything in it. But look at all my cats. Aren't they cute? This is from Dune. Fine bone china made in England. I've had it forever. I love this cup. Ben actually got this cup for me, and it's all about different cat breeds, and there's cats in there. It's cat facts. I love it. So I'm holding my coffee. I'm drinking this because if I set it down, I'm not going to drink it. But I'm going to take the black eyeshadow and just kind of tap it on top of that liner just to kind of blur it a little bit. This is a really great way because you'll see we still have nice definition, but it kind of hides any imperfections. Sip. So we're trying out a different style. These are from Khol Beauty. They are so spiky. I love them. Oh, we're still gonna add a little smidgel of glitter to the eye, but we're gonna do that last. I'm gonna hop off now and go film something else. I'm starting a it's still part of the foundation series, also completely normal. I'm waiting for that glue to get a little tackier. But this is about long wear foundation. I'm gonna post part 1 tonight. I'm so excited to post it. But it's another reason why long wear foundations can be a little bit difficult to deal with. So there is nothing that we're not gonna figure out this year. We're gonna figure out everything with makeup this year. We're gonna do it. Before I hop off to film, I just noticed that the lashes, they're having a 25% off sale right now. So if you've had your eye on them, now might be the time. Okay, just wanted to tell y'all in case I'm always trying to update y'all on sales. Okay, I'll be right back. I actually have to go help Ben with something. Again, I'm not normally this all over the place. Normally I sit, it's a peaceful full tutorial, but I mean, we have a really big launch coming next week and I'm so excited, and Ben's texting me right now. I gotta go help him with something for the launch. So I'm so excited. Okay, I will be back in just a little while. Okay, I'm back. I'm using the KBD. I'm using this one again. And the reason, I'm loving this foundation, don't get me wrong, but it's a really good foundation to teach with. And I just filmed a video. It will be an ad, a skin prep ad for Elemis, but please, at this point, we just know. But skin prep is so important. And the reason why is because you'll see in the video that because I used my skin prep that little bit, it just keeps going, and you're gonna see it there. And what I used, I will let you know. I used my morning matrix. I love this. Obviously. It's so good. But I will say, I'm really enjoying this foundation. So I have e.l.f. corrector, and the reason I'm going to use a little bit of corrector today is because when I do these darker, cooler tones, it can tend to pull out some of the darkness underneath my eyes, so a little bit of peach. If you're wondering why I don't always correct, sometimes the colors, they don't pull it. but sometimes they do. And just a little bit is going to help me use less concealer using a C31 brush. And we're going to let this corrector dry down 30 to 40 seconds. I want to try this concealer by itself. The Benefit, this is the Boying Bright On Concealer. I want to try this one. I really like the color. It's doing some highlighting with it. Tower of Babel's coming in nicely. Now let's work this in. I did put on quite a bit because I'm just going a little extra glam today. That's a new noise I haven't heard. It's really brightening. It's pretty, but it's not too bright for me. I mean, it might be too bright for you. But it doesn't just look like a white or super bright light pink under eye. It just feels nice and brightening. Hopefully it wears nicely, because I haven't worn it by itself yet. Oh, what is happening over there? That's actually him burping. Excuse Eugene. He's so uncouth. I don't think I'd have him any other way, though. Y'all want to get wild? I want to get wild. Let's get wild. This is a blush stick, little dual-ended blush stick situation from NYX, very affordable. We're going to start our blush transition underneath. Why? Why not? Let's take this, taking that same C31, and we're going to start to blend that in. It's going to be very subtle. And we're doing this before any powder. And if we want to add more, we can. Just a smidge. Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay. By the way, I'm using the baby pink side. There is a peach, and I think that'd be really pretty too. I haven't used it yet. At least I don't think I have. That is so much fun. Fun. Then we're definitely going to set with a pink powder. It is going to take it down a little bit, but it's going to be subtle and it's going to be there. I've definitely seen other people do this technique. I've never seen it with that blush stick. And that blush stick is so affordable and it was so easy to use that I thought I would show y'all. Make sure we're not setting any creases. Givenchy powder on the setting puff. Cat hair not included. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll of course apply more blush because it's me, Rose. That's fun. I feel like it's been 100 years since I've done a black waterline on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna shut my eye and just go ahead and do the top as well. And this one's from Mario. I actually love this pencil. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab the Valentino liner again, and I actually don't want it to be smoky underneath here, but I want a thin line. So I was asked the other day, was it yesterday or today? Everything's a blur. What my favorite affordable bronzer is, and you know, I wanted to come up here and I wanted to go through them and kind of refresh my memory, and this one's very blurring, very soft, very buildable. The one from L'Oreal, I think it's lovely. I'm not going to say it's going to be a dupe for the Gucci. That one is just spectacular. That's a beautiful formula, but for this price, this one is my favorite. It's beautiful. You can just see it going on there. It's nice. It's very heavily scented though. I enjoy the scent, but I do want to mention that. Now let's add some more blush. That's so pretty. I love pink and gray together. We're gonna get wild, and I'm gonna swatch it on my finger just so you can see. These are actually, it's a pressed glitter, so you'll see that there isn't even pigment to it. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush because I don't want much. And here it is on the brush. I'm gonna start to tap it into the darker part. Just a little bit. I'm afraid I'll overdo it, and I also don't really want a lot of it over here. See, I put too much there. Just flake that off. But I do want it in the darker parts. Just a little bit. Now, see, this is something where I feel somebody would look at this and go, oh, that did nothing. That's not on a tacky base. That's not the look that we're going for. I'm going for more of a hint. And we'll use this again, but with a tacky base. But for right now, that's all I wanted. And I didn't want it on the cream color either. Now I want to use the pink from this palette. This is also from Byredo. This is a really good idea if you just want to do a very classic look that you do all of the time. Just add a pink inner corner. That is so pretty. I can't wait for you to see it with back camera. Gorgeous. I want to use this again because obviously we have a very pink vibe going on, but we're going to do it with a darker lip liner. I love this color. I didn't check to see if it's sold out. They better be restocking these. I love them. So I want to keep the lip line a little bit more cool, but also dark. So I landed on Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. That's it for today's tutorial. I'm so excited to post tonight's post. Again, I'm using this foundation just because I know it's going to be everywhere, and I want to make sure that if you are interested in getting it, you understand the intricacies of a long wear foundation. So I thought it'd be fun to do a series on that. You'll see part 1, and then I think I'll post part 2 on Sunday. Part 2 will be a partnership with Elemis, but I mean, it's about skin prep and how it's so important, and you'll see why with a long wear foundation. I love you all so much, and I'm definitely posting tonight. Remember, Saturdays I don't do the story and I don't post. So if you don't see me tomorrow, everything is fine. Saturday is my one day that I normally run errands or film other content. I'm always filming, but I mean, I love filming. I love helping, and I just love makeup. Okay, I love y'all with all of my heart, and I'll see you tonight in the comments.